Hi there, and welcome to another BMW Group Facebook Live. I'm here right next to the Bebelplatz in Berlin tonight with no less than Miss Anne-Sophie Mutter, world-famous violinist who doesn't need any sort of introduction. This gentleman probably a little bit. He's smiling his most favorable smile. It's the General Director of the STAATSOPER unter den Linden. And we're here tonight because despite everything else and the pandemic going on, there's a concert taking place, directed by Daniel Barenboim. It is the Ode to Joy by Beethoven, celebrating his 250th anniversary, being performed live by hundreds of musicians who gather, abetting, of course, to the guidelines that COVID forces us to uphold. But music is happening, and music is going on, and that is actually what I wanted to ask you to, because concerts have not been happening. Musicians are in dire straits. Even it has a psychological impact on them. It's not only about the budget. And from you, Anne-Sophie Mutter, you've known the world over. What is your take on this horrendous situation? And can you give us some hope?
Yeah, I think particularly in these dire times, in these dark times, if you think of the pictures in Italy, for example, but also the grave numbers in America, in South America, in many, many parts of the world where the wave is still not contained, I do believe that next to medicine, music is really a wonderful remedy, because Nietzsche once said, "A life without music is a life in error." Music is much more than a pastime. It is really a form of love given to the listener from the musicians, from the composer. It is a gift for everyone to share, and I'm so grateful and humbled to have been invited to be part of a concert which is mainly, you will explain that in a moment, for the ones who have kept us alive, literally, during this crisis, for the doctors and the nurses, and for us musicians. It is wonderful to be back on stage, to be able to share music, as it is really much more than just notes. It's as important as breathing, really, and I'm happy that we could do that in open air with, of course, all the social distancing measurements in place, the choirs on the right and left side. It's a wonder of coordination by the wonderful Geigerin Anne-Sophie, and also the orchestra here. They are celebrating 450 years of existence. I mean,
the oldest orchestra in the world.
German history at its very best. So
Anne-Sophie Mutter is going to get up on stage in about an hour from now. Music is love, music is a remedy, music is life, as you said. You're pulling this off tonight. I know there's 40,000 people usually listening to Anne-Sophie Mutter, and we have to tell half of them to not show because there's always such an interest in this opera for all. Now it's only 2,000. Who's listening?
Now we are more than grateful. I mean, there were so tough times for our institution, for the opera, and especially singing. Singing, it's most difficult in that times, and to reorganize. And we all feel a bit like rebirth today. And of course, to do this and to say thank you to the first responses, to nurses, to doctors, as you said, I think this is very important, because there were some professions who had really more to do and who were very important for all of us. And it was a very difficult situation in society, which very difficult to be balanced. Yeah? And I think this is very important today, and we are very grateful that we can do that.
All of this is being broadcast on German national television as well. For everybody out there in the world, there is hope. Music will continue, and we will get through this. And thanks to what you were sharing with us, I think it's just a great beacon of hope, and we are sending it out as a light beam to the world tonight here from Berlin. Thank you so much for watching and listening.